This is Zichru Simanim Gemara Baba Basra Daf Kof Chav Tes. Kof Chav Tes is going to be a cactus. Kof Chav Cac Tes Tis. Kof Chav Tes is a cactus. So we see in our picture over here, we have a cactus field. We have a bunch of farmers and we have a referee. So we have this cactus field. And part one is we have two people talking. And the farmer is saying how Reuven and Shimon are going to inherit two cactus fields, and I'm giving them as gifts. So right away brings us into the sugya of saying a Yerusha and a Matana, qualifying that which we learned in the Mishnah, that to give away something that's supposed to be a Yerusha, b'toiras Yerusha doesn't work. You can't give an inheritance to someone who doesn't inherit, but if you make it a gift, then it does work. Point number one. Point number two is you see some other people on the other side talking, a similar case in which he's telling his friend, I'm giving you my cactus field, and then someone else should inherit it, which is going to be the raya of Nechasi Lacha V'acharecha Yiresh Pliny, which will work as well. And finally, you have this wonderful referee over here yelling, good job! What you just said was Teich Kidei Dibur, which is going to be the Gemara's response, that we're not necessarily going to have a kasha on Reish Lakish from the Chasai Loch V'achrecha Yiresh Pliny. Why? Because that case was Toich Kedei Dibur, and Toich Kedei Dibur Kedibur Dami. So Kov Chav Tes are cactus, and we have this discussion of the farmers that they're giving away the cactuses. But he's saying Yibeloshain Yerusha with Matana. That's why it works. And the Raya, from if one wants to give a field and then someone else will inherit it, but it won't be a full Raya because it's Toich Kedei Dibur, and that's the reason why it's going to work. So point number one is this Matana is going to rephrase the Yerusha that he's saying. Is coming to explain that which he said on Daf Kuf Chavav, that in order to give away Yerusha, if you want to add on a Matana, it has to be Bein B'Tchila, Bein B'Emsa, Bein B'Saif. We have four ways of learning this. We have Rav Dimi, Rav Avalazar, we have Ravin, Rav Yechanan, and we have Reish Lakish. And it centers around does the Matana phrase only work one person and two sadais? Does it work? But it won't work, says Rav Elazar, if it's two fields and two sadais. Rava says even two fields and two sadais. Reish Lakish says no, only if you put two lishainais of matana. So a four-way machlaikas in our Kuf Chav Tes, our cactus, how you could define giving away the Yerusha as the matana. The Gemara wanted to bring a raya from the Chasi L'chav Achrecha Yiresh Pliny that says Rav Ashi that the first two opinions are incorrect, because we see in the Chasei Lach V'acharecha Yiresh Pliny, V'acharei Acharecha Yiresh Pliny. So what do we see? We see that it goes over. We see if the second person dies, it continues. What do we see? We see this is a case of Matana, and the second is a case of Yerusha, and we see that it works. So what do we see? We see that it will work even with two fields and two sadais. So Nechasi Lacha V'acharecha Yiresh Pliny shows us that you could take a Yerusha and give it to someone else as long as it's modified with a Matana, even by two fields and two people. A Raya in our Kuf Chav Tes, our cactus, the way that you're going to give it over. And finally, says Reish Lakish, says the Gemara, is this also a kasha on Reish Lakish? Because Reish Lakish says you have to use two l'shainis and matana. But Rava Basket's like Reish Lakish. Says the Gemara, no, because over here it's Toich Kedei Dibur, and Toich Kedei Dibur Kedibur Dami. So Daf Kuf Chav Tes are an incredible cactus field. When one is giving away his properties, he could give it away not as a straight up Yerusha, but as long as he modifies it by adding on a Lashon of Matana, the Raya from the Chasi Lach V'acharecha Yiresh Pliny, but not a Raya on Reish Lakish as Rava Paskins like Reish Lakish, but Toaz it was Toich Kedei Dibur.